Hey, what's up guys, 𝐻𝐢𝐤𝐞 here, and welcome to another FIFA 21 Ultimate Team video, where today I'm going over the 5-star skillers in FIFA Ultimate Team. Now, I'm going to be showing you guys every single player which has 5-star skill moves, apart from the icons, because the icon stats of like the new ones have not been released. I personally don't think there's going to be a new icon with 5-star skill moves, but I could be wrong, as last year we got the likes of, I believe, Pirlo, who got 5-star skill moves, so yeah, you never know with EA. But yeah, in this video I'm going over every single 5-star skill apart from the icons in Ultimate Team. So if you like the sound of it, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell as well, and let's dive right into the players. First of all, the lowest rated player is going to be a French player from Lyon, 𝐻𝐢𝐤𝐞. I'm not familiar with him. Stats wise, obviously he doesn't look like the greatest, but yeah, it's always cool to see who's like the lowest rated player in the game in terms of the 5-star skillers. Next up, we have 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐤𝐞, a Brit silver from Philadelphia. Very common 5-star skiller as well. Not the best, but happy to see that he's still in the game. Then we have Gary Mackay-Steven from also the MLS from New York City FC. I believe stats-wise he's quite similar. Then we have a brand new one in Juan Diego Rojas, who plays for a club in Ecuador. And you can see that EA decided to stick with the Copa Libertadores players. And that means that those players will be in packs again, which I know a lot of people hated. But yeah, I'm happy to see a new 5-star skiller from Ecuador. Looks decent as well, especially his pace. Next up, we have another brand new silver 5-star skiller in Silas Wamangituka. A player from DR Congo, plays for Stuttgart. A very pacey striker. I believe Stuttgart is still in the Bundesliga, so yeah, we could maybe see him as like a bit of a silver beast. Also from DR Congo, there are quite a few players with 5-star skill moves, which are also from the same nation. So yeah, he shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully, to link up. Next up, we have the player with his own skill move, Aiden McGeady, still in the game. Plays for Sunderland, although I'm not quite sure if he's going to be staying at Sunderland, since he has been loaned out quite a few times over the last few years. I believe to Preston and also to Charlton Athletic. Stats-wise, doesn't look like the greatest, but happy again to see him in the game. Then we have Boulaya from FC Metz. I'm not quite sure if the team is in the League 1 or the League 2, but also a familiar face for me. Then we have Alexandru MAXIM, a player who actually used to play for Stuttgart, now plays for Gaziantep FK in the Turkish league. Not a team I'm familiar with, but I believe he made the transfer last year. Romanian 5-star skiller. Again, stats-wise, not the greatest, but happy to see him again, since he usually is a player who just gets an inform out of nowhere, so hopefully he gets one this year as well. Next up, we have Son Krasin, a player from Thailand, who I think plays in the Japanese league. And yeah, I think he's also very, very short, like 5'2" or something. But yeah, looks kind of pacey as well. And I remember him having like blonde hair or something. He was like a player which kind of stood out when you were playing with him in the game. Next up, we have a player from Colombia, Carrascal, also a player which I believe had 5-star skill moves last year. Plays for Nunes, which is not a real team, but I believe it is in the Argentinian league, so he shouldn't be too difficult to link up as well. Then next up, we have a Argentinian player in ACOSTA, which I think most of you are familiar with, as he used to have that League SBC when he still played for DC United in the MLS, but now moved to Atlas in the Mexican league, and once again he has 5-star skill moves. Then we have Matias Fernandez from Chile, plays for Colo Colo, I believe in the Chilean league as well, or in the Colombian league, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, Matias Fernandez, also a player who's an old school 5-star skiller, so happy to see him again in the game. And I believe he's a silver for the first time in a lot of years. Next up, we have the final silver 5-star skiller in Evander from FC Midtjylland from the Danish league. Evander actually got a team this season which had 5-star skill moves in FIFA 20. His default had, I believe, 4 stars. So I'm happy to see that his default version in FIFA 21 has 5-star skill moves as well. Then next up, we have a brand new 5-star skiller, which I've not heard of. Marcelino Moreno from Lanús. Also, I think, in the Argentinian league. And looks like a very decent player, especially for your starter teams. Looks like a decent cam with 89 pace, 84 dribbling. Next up, we have Yannick Bolasie, who's now back again at Everton. Again, I'm not quite sure if he's going to be loaned out or something, since he also is a player who got loaned out quite a few times, I believe to Anderlecht and also to Sporting Lisbon. I think he lost quite a bit of pace over the recent years, but yeah, always been a fun player to use in game. Next up, we have more of a pacey player in Hernani from Portugal, plays for Levante in the La Liga. A pacey right mid from Portugal. Next up, a player from the Bundesliga, Amin Harit, a Moroccan 5-star skiller who I believe got quite a few special versions in FIFA 20. I believe he won like the Player of the Month once in the Bundesliga, also got maybe 1 or 2 informs. And I think he's linked with Atalanta, so we could potentially see him moving to Atalanta in the near future. But for now, he still plays for Schalke. Next up, another Argentinian in Centurion. He's a funny player because he actually got upgraded to 5 stars, I believe in FIFA 19 or 20, but they never upgraded him in an Ultimate Team for whatever reason. But he looks very, very usable. And since he's Argentinian, and since he also plays in the Argentinian League, I believe, Vélez Sarsfield, you're able to link him up with some decent Argentinian players like Moreno, which I just showed to you guys. So again, a player to look out for when you're making a starter team. We're not done here with the Argentinians, as we do have another one in Ignacio Piatti, who moved from, I believe, Montreal Impact to San Lorenzo, once again in the Argentinian League. Stats-wise, doesn't look like the most amazing player, but it's nice to see him still having 5 stars. Then we have Stefan El Shaarawy from the Chinese Super League, plays for Shanghai Shenhua, and is also once again a non-rare this year, which I think he also was last year. Next up, we have another pacey player in Gelson Martins, once again a pacey winger on the right-hand side from Portugal, plays for Monaco with 94 pace, 85 dribbling. And on the other side, we also have a very, very pacey player. And looking at the stats, he looks very similar to Martins in Alain Saint-Maximin, who now is a left mid by default. Was, I think, a right mid or right winger last year. Does have a full in-game face, which is awesome as well. Unfortunately, he doesn't have like the proper Gucci band, which a lot of people were hoping for. But yeah, he looks like a very usable player as well. And it's going to be mad expensive, I think, at the start of Ultimate Team. Next up, we have Bernardeschi, who got a position change from a right mid to cam, which is very decent because looking at his stats, him being a winger like last year wasn't probably the best position for him. But yeah, him being now a center attacking mid is a nice position for him. Looking at his stats, 80 pace, 83 dribbling, 75 shooting, 80 passing, not too bad. Then we have David Neres from Ajax, who's now a non-rare as well. 86 pace, 85 dribbling, left-footed on the left-hand side. I believe he was a right wing last year. So yeah, we've already seen quite a few 5-star skillers which got a position change. Next up, another left winger in Vinicius Junior, another Brazilian, this time from Real Madrid with 95 pace and 86 dribbling. I believe one of the fastest players in the game. Next up, we have Nani, once again another Portuguese player. From Orlando City with good dribbling. I remember him picking up an inform quite early on in FIFA 20, and I used it quite a bit, really liked it. So yeah, looking forward to see how Nani does in the MLS, as I think he's been quite decent for Orlando City. Hopefully, he still has the 5-star weak foot as well. Speaking of a player which has 5-star weak foot, hopefully this guy has it still as well. Franck Ribéry. Is now in Ultimate Team from the start, which is great. He obviously got that shapeshifter version in FIFA 21, which a lot of people used. And yeah, it's now a center forward with some decent stats, I would say, for a center forward. Like, he's not the paciest, but he still has very good dribbling and passing. And of course, the 5-star weak foot. His stamina, though, is going to be a big issue. But yeah, hopefully EA will maybe give him like a flashback version or something early in FIFA 21. Would be nice. And next up, another player from the Serie A, who by default this year is going to be a right back, which is awesome. Juan Cuadrado from Juventus, or from Piemonte Calcio, as they still don't have the licensing for Juve in FIFA 21. As I said, a right back by default, which is awesome, as I don't think we've had a 5-star skiller as a right back by default at the start of Ultimate Team for a lot of years. I believe that I think 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐤 is the last one. I know Corona from FC Porto had an inform, but I'm just like talking about the base items basically. I think 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐤 was the last one and the only one basically. So CUADRADO is going to be another player with 5-star skill moves from the start really as a right back, which is awesome. Definitely a player I'm going to be putting into my starter team. Next up we have 𝐿𝐿𝐤𝐵 from Liverpool, still has the 5-star skill moves, but stats wise doesn't look like the best player. Could be a usable player from like the center of the pitch as a cam or something. João Felix there from Atletico Madrid, who surprisingly got an upgrade, as I don't think he played that well last season, also because of an injury. But he managed to get himself an upgrade. It's now an 81 rated player, but still has a 5-star skill moves, which is, in my eyes, the most important thing. And next up, we have Eduardo Salvio, which I'm so happy of to finally see in the game with 5-star skill moves. Because if you guys are familiar with my channel, I always make a series around like potential 5-star skillers, which I didn't do for FIFA 21. But he's a player who is always featured in those videos. And I think I featured him for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years in a row. But EA never upgraded him. But finally, the year I don't make a video on him, they upgraded him. So it's a bit difficult. But I'm happy to finally see him getting an upgrade. And also another Argentinian with 5-star skill moves, which is awesome. Next up, we have Marlos, the of course Brazilian, who now is Ukrainian national player from Shakhtar Donetsk, with 80 pace, 86 dribbling, right mid, left-footed player. Still looks like a usable player in my eyes. Also because like it's kind of an old school player, which I always just love to see in Ultimate Team. Next up we have Quincy Promes. He also got a position change to a cam this year. Went from a left winger to cam, which is the position he played most of the season, I believe, last year. And he looks awesome as well as a cam. 89 pace, 82 dribbling, 80 shooting. Could possibly even convert him to a striker as well. And yeah, hopefully he won't be that expensive because he obviously plays in the Eredivisie. So fingers crossed for him. Also a player I'm looking forward to pick up for a starter team. Next up, another player which changed position, this time from the right wing to the left wing. That is Ousmane Dembele from FC Barcelona. Of course, yeah, was injured for most of the season as well. And I don't think he changed stats drastically. I think he was an 84 rated player last year, or 83, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, hopefully he still has the 5-star weak foot. Next up, we have Coutinho, who, as you can see, did get a downgrade from a left winger. From an 86 rated left winger to an 83 rated center attacking mid. Now, I can't fully recall if he played a lot for Bayern, but EA tend to downgrade a lot of Bayern players for whatever reason. And Coutinho has lost quite a lot of pace as well this year. I remember him losing quite a bit of pace last year in FIFA 20, and then also this year they decided to just basically cut off another leg for whatever reason. But yeah. I would say he's usable because of the dribbling and the passing and also the shooting. Yeah, but it's a shame to see him losing that much pace. I believe -7 compared to his FIFA 20 card. Next up, we have Martin Ødegaard, who now is a 83 rated player and hopefully stays at Real Madrid and gets a lot of playing time because I'm a big fan of Ødegaard. Used to play a couple of years in the Eredivisie. For SC Heerenveen and Vitesse, so yeah, big fan of the Norwegian. Hopefully he's able to get a place in the starting 11 at Real. Next up we have Zaha, who now is a left mid instead of a striker like he was last year. Still has a 5-star skill moves, which is important, and again a player from the Premier League, which I think is going to be quite expensive. Next up we have Marcelo, who now is an 83 rated left back this year. Still 5-star skill moves, still very good dribbling. But apart from that, yeah, not the best left back. But he has 5-star skill moves, so that's just something I'm extremely happy with. And again, he looks affordable as well at the start of the year, since he's only 83 rated. Next up, we have Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's also been downgraded from an 85 rated player to an 83. Stayed at Milan, so hopefully he's able to get quite a few informs. Or maybe another flashback or something. EA tend to like give Ibrahimovic a special version, like a boosted version every single year. So yeah, yeah, I think he will most likely get another one for FIFA 21. Next up, another player from the Serie A, Douglas Costa from Juventus or Piemonte Calcio. I think stats-wise, he's basically the same. Next up, another left mid in Marcus Rashford, which I think got a position change from a striker to a left mid. He looks very good though. 91 pace, 85 dribbling, 83 shooting as well. Great player, but again, mad expensive I think at the start, or maybe throughout the whole year. Next up, another player from the Premier League, 𝐿 Ziyech, one of my favorite players in real life. Very, very much looking forward to see how he will play for Chelsea. I was kind of afraid that he was going to be a right wing by default, but luckily EA decided to keep him as a cam, which is great. Makes him a lot more usable as well in game. I know you can change players, like the positions and stuff in game, but it's also easier for I think anyway for links, for chemistry links. So yeah, looking forward to see how Ziyech plays in the Premier League this year. Next up, Memphis Depay, who looks insane. 85 rated, 86 pace, 83 dribbling, 83 shooting, 81 passing, and 80 physical. Is heavily linked with Barcelona. So it would be amazing to see him play for Barcelona. But yeah, for now he's still at Lyon. So yeah, maybe we'll see a transferred version of him soon. Next up, Riyad Mahrez, who I think gonna upgrade from an 84 rated player to 85, just like Depay had. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, still looks usable as well. Not the fastest player, but very good dribbling, which is a must-have in FIFA 21. Next up, we have Thiago. Again, another Bayern player who EA decided to just downgrade for whatever reason. I believe, anyway, he had a pretty good season. I don't think he played, well, I'm not quite sure if he played a lot, but yeah. Again, also one of my favorite players in real life. I managed to meet him actually a couple years ago at a FIFA 17 event. Played some FIFA with him, so yeah, ever since that and also before that when he played at Barcelona, always one of my favorite players to watch in real life. Next up, we have Paul Pogba from United. Despite the downgrade from 88 to 86, still looks very good in my eyes, despite like the low kind of defending and pace. Still very good dribbling, very good physical, passing and shooting. Moving on, we have Roberto Firmino from Liverpool. I think got an upgrade from 86 to 87. Still 5-star skill moves, which is awesome to see as well. Also a player I've mentioned in so many videos that needed a 5-star skill move upgrade, which he finally got back in January. Then we have Jadon Sancho, again another player from the Bundesliga who lost quite some pace. I think he had like 87 pace last year, but I don't know why EA decided to downgrade it. But yeah, they must have a reason for it. I'm not quite sure why. One thing I wish looked different though on Sancho's card was the badge. Hopefully he still makes the move to United as a United fan, but yeah, time will tell, of course. Next up, we have the final 4 players. Yeah, we do have Angel Di Maria, who looks very good as well. I think he got a shooting upgrade, because I noticed that there are quite a few stats in the 80s right now. I think he lost some pace, but yeah, got upgraded from I think an 85 or 86 rated player to 87, which is great as well. Had a great season at PSG, and yeah, the trio anyway from PSG up front. With also the next player, MBAPPE, who just looks insane as well in-game. Still 5-star skill moves, of course, is the cover star. And I expected him to be higher rated, actually, than 90. But yeah, of course, he will get a lot of informs, I think, anyway. So yeah, the final player of PSG, Neymar, 91 rated this year. Got a downgrade from 92 to 91, but still looks insane. Hopefully, he still has the 5-star weak foot. And it's going to be one of the best players in the game in terms of like the base gold players, especially with the 5-star skill moves and 5-star weak foot combination, and just looking at his stats as well. And then finally, the highest rated 5-star skiller in terms of the base players, not the icons included, is Cristiano Ronaldo, who did get a little bit of a downgrade in terms of, I believe, pace, dribbling, and also the overall rating, as I think he was a 93 last year. But he's a player, I think anyway, should get 5-star skill moves. I don't know why EA doesn't give him 5-star, or 5-star weak foot, I mean. I don't get why EA doesn't give him 5-star weak foot, as he just shoots with his left foot like it's nothing, really. But anyway, these are all the 5-star skillers. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As you have probably noticed, there are some players which are not included, which EA have decided to downgrade. And again, this is just something I don't get from EA. They just simply downgrade players for no reason, or they still need to be added in the database, so they still have 5-star skill moves but aren't in the game. That is also maybe a reason, but I think that they have downgraded them, as most of the players anyway do have a team, or at least are still playing for the same team. So the first one is Ben Elmahani, a bronze 5-star skiller in FIFA 20. Plays for Scunthorpe, English, but lost the 5-star skill moves. Jordan Botaka played for Sint-Truiden in the Belgian league, but now moved to, I think, Genk or Gent, I'm not too sure. One of the two. Yeah, could have been a right back by default as well, so it would have been awesome to see like another 5-star skiller as a right back by default. You have Ricardo 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐞. He wasn't in FIFA 20, but he also was. He just wasn't in Ultimate Team. He had 5-star skill moves, I believe, but now is like fully recovered from his injury, and I think he moved to ADO Den Haag as well in the Dutch league, so we could maybe see him added like with a day 1 patch or something. Then we have Sam Larsson, which I don't know why, but EA removed him from the game by the looks of things in FIFA 20, even though he made the transfer from Feyenoord to the Chinese Super League, so I don't get why they, you know, removed him, or at least downgraded him from the list, as he used to have 5-star skill moves in FIFA 20 and is one of the most skillful players as well, at least from the ones I've seen in the Eredivisie. We have Carlos Villanueva, a player I'm not really familiar with, but player from Chile who plays in the Saudi league, but they also downgraded him from 5-star skill moves to 4 stars. Next up, one I don't get is 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐞, a Dutch player, and it's a funny thing with 𝐿𝐤, because 𝐿𝐤, for whatever reason, gets downgraded every other year to 4 stars, and then the next year they upgrade him again to 5 stars. So I don't really know what is up with that, but yeah, again this year, by the looks of things anyway, he does have 4-star skill moves, which is a shame. Next up, Ricardo Quaresma, who moved to, I believe, Vitória Guimarães in the Portuguese league. Moved from Kasimpasa, I believe, from Turkish league to, again, the Portuguese league. Does have 4-star skill moves now, I think anyway, or he's not in the database, I'm not quite sure, but by the looks of things, it looks like he doesn't have 5-star skill moves anymore. And then we have Jesus Corona, which is kind of a fitting way to end off this video, but yeah, by the looks of things, he also lost his 5-star skill moves, also a player who used to play in the Eredivisie. So it's a shame to see that EA again downgraded players for no reason, but again, these aren't really like top tier players, but just in my eyes anyway, it's just kind of a shame to see specific players, which I always had fun playing with in game, especially Quaresma and 𝐿𝐤𝐤𝐞, to see getting downgraded. But anyway, I think I've rambled long enough for this video, as it's almost 24 minutes long. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you of course did, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell as well, and make sure to let me know in the comments down below if there's any player that you wanted to see getting 5-star skill moves, which did not make it on the list. Let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, that's the end. I thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.